All right, YouTube peeps, we're on Q21. We're looking at Monday. Now, standard form is just writing the number in its original way. So 450 is in standard form. That's what standard form looks like. Now, if it went like this, if it had something like that, then standard form would be to then put it like that. So I think they kind of messed up on this one. Okay, round each number to the nearest 10. 128. We're rounding to the nearest 10. Put a box around the number. Underline the digit to the right. If it's 5 or higher, Chanel, you round the digit up to the next tens place. If it's 4 or lower, you round the number down to the nearest tens place. Okay, the 8 is 5 or higher, so we round the box number up 1. Up to the nearest tens place. 130. What about 475? 475. Rounding to the nearest tens place. Put a box around the tens place. Underline the digit to the right. If the underlying digit is 5 or higher, you go up to the nearest tens place. 4 or lower, you go down to the nearest tens place. It is a 5, so you go up to the nearest tens place. We'll do one of the hundreds place ones. Let's see, 128. We're rounding to the nearest hundreds place. Put a box around the hundreds place. Underline the digit to the right. 5 or higher, you go up to the nearest hundreds place. 4 or lower, you go down to the nearest hundreds place. It is a 2, which is 4 or lower, so you round down to the nearest hundreds place. 128 goes to 1 honey. Okay, find the sum of 268. 268. We'll use the break apart strategy. 268 plus 479. Mr. Pasafume's favorite strategy. 9 plus 8, 17. 6 plus 7 is 13. Bring down the 0. 4 plus 2 is 6. Bring down the zeros. Oh. Okay, you kind of choose the two numbers to add first. We're going to use the associative property, which uses parentheses. So this is 147. 600 plus 147 is 747. You have to be able to do that in your head, or else you got to do the break apart strategy all over again, right? Because then you'd have to do 600 plus 147. You see that? You'd have to do the break apart strategy all over again. So at some point, you got to be able to do numbers in your head, or else you're going to just have to keep doing the break apart strategy. Okay, circle the numbers, right? Read the question. The pencil store sold 475 pencils on Monday and 388 on Tuesday. How many more pencils did they sell on Monday than Tuesday? Okay, then we go back, circle the numbers, put a box around the question. How many more? This is a subtraction problem, right? They want to know the difference between two things. So it's going to be 475 minus 388. We'll just do the place value strategy here. The old school way that your parents probably got taught. Can't take away 8 from 5, so you got to look to the rich neighbor. Oh, the rich neighbor has his own issues, right? He's in debt. Because you can't take away 8 from 7. He's only got $7 and he needs 8. So we got to borrow all the way across. That becomes a 17. Then you got to borrow from that. The only problem with this strategy is see how there's a whole bunch of marks all over the place? It can get kind of confusing if you don't know what you're doing. 15 minus 8 is 7. 16 minus 8 is 8. 3 minus 3, 0. Okay, draw an array for 8 groups of 4. 8 groups of 4. Remember, you can read it this way, 8 groups of 4, or you can read it this way, 4 groups of 8. All right, so sometimes one way or the other could be easier. Okay, 8 groups of 4. 1 group of 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why does Mr. P kind of count out loud quietly to himself? Why do I count out loud quietly to myself?
So you don't forget.
Yeah, so I don't lose track. You're like, wait, did I just do 6? I can't remember. You can always double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They should be like soldiers marching in the military. 8 groups of 4, 32. There are 4 ponds at the park. Each pond has 6 turtles. How many turtles live at the park? Okay, put a box around the question. How many? That doesn't really help us. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a picture. 4 ponds, 6 in each pond. You need to be able to skip count. 6, 12, 18, 24. Draw a picture if you're confused. Okay, division is the inverse of multiplication. So 3 times 10, 9 times 10, 12 times 10, 6 times 10. Got it, Tommy? You didn't sleep very good last night? It's white. Okay, using the multiplication chart. We know 56 and 8. 8 is one of the factors. Got your chart out. Okay, we know one of the numbers is 8. So you put your pen on 8. We don't know what the other number is here, right? That's the problem. But we do know it's 56, which is right there. Then you just kind of come across. 7 is the other factor. See me turning them all. 7, okay. 9 and 27. 9 and 27. So what's the number we do know? 9. Now we're going to come down till 27, which is there, right? You can always just peek under the pen or the pencil. There's 27. Come across. 3 is the other number. The only thing you got to be careful of, right, when you do this and you find 27, when you come across, just make sure you don't go down. Some kids, they'll all of a sudden, they start sliding all over the place. So you got to make sure you come straight across. That's why we use pen here. We used to kind of go like this. And then, it gets all kind of, kids can't follow straight lines. So 3 times 9, 27, using the multiplication chart that you have at home. There you go. Hopefully helps you with Monday's homework.